like in which process are you incorporating the technology into your product?
Actually, the process that innovative is the state that we prepare sesame. Actually, not every sesame that can produce milk with a good taste, because and it is a milk. Sesame is a oil base, so it's difficult to make it a milk, and we can make it with the process that we start from select the strain, and also we extract it. Yes.
And this process, no one else can easily replicate.
For the preparing state, more difficult to imitate.
It takes time.
Yeah, it takes time.
Okay. Hello. Oh. Thank you for the presentation. I just would like to touch a bit on the market. When comparing between B2B and B2C market, like how's the portion between those two segments?
When we start at the consumer market first, and we going for the past years, we start in the consumer market, but from now on, we are more into the B2C, because right now we just launched the 1 liter size, so it's suitable for cafe and B2C more than B2C.
And when comparing between the price point that you compare with the traditional milk and the almond milk, like how you position your pricing?
Right now, our price is highest in all kind of milk, even the oat milk or the almond milk, because of the raw material. Because sesame is the superfood, so it's come in the price that the raw material is very expensive, like 2 times more than almond. In the market, the price of sesame is around 2,000 USD per ton, but almond is only 900. So, and the percentage that we put in our milk, of the raw material in our milk, is much more higher than other milk.
Is there any way to bring the price down? What's the plan?
Yeah, we have a plan that because of the MOQ that we produce, the more that we produce, so the cost of the production and also the contact that we do can reduce down.
So let's say you already shared with us that you have sold like 642,000 boxes, right? How long from that point to the point that you can bring the price down, let's say as comparable to like almond milk?
Yeah, we can bring the price down, start from the next batch. I mean, in next year, the price can reduce.
To be the same price as the almond milk?
The cost can be the same, but we won't set our price to be the same as almond, because the price of sesame in consumer perception is a little bit higher. So, then the percentage that we use and the benefit that we give it to customer is different from other milk. So we can set it a little bit higher, but the cost can reduce.
I'm not sure, I could be wrong, right? I feel that from the consumer point of view, almonds are more expensive than sesame, but I could be wrong. Yeah, let me ask you, I'm sorry. Let me ask you one more question before I allow the other judges to ask as well, right? I think this is like any consumer product, right? That you have to be super good at marketing, very good at educating your consumer that this is the best, they should, though you are like 3x more expensive, I should still pay for it. What's the plan?
Since we launched Sesame Milk, we plan to give education to consumer through our online and also to the influencer, and also we promote our product together with the hospital to educate people more that how can you get the benefit from sesame.
Right,
and how
but-
it's good to your.
Sure, but you said that you launched in March last year. Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And when I search, just do the Google search, I have not seen, any influencer doing the marketing. So have you done it, or you plan to do it? I'm sorry.
We done it. We used around four.
About three
Three to four
to four
yes.
influencer. Yes.
Yeah, so I
But-
guess, you are still at the early days, right? But I guess, the marketing side is really one of the key thing, that you have to think about, like, carefully how to do it. Okay.
Okay, apart from the commercial side, I would like to go back to, the sustainability point of view. How are you sourcing the materials? Are you helping the farmers, or can you share more on that point?
Yes, because we use only Thai sesame seed, so we accept only we not only sourcing from Thai, and we also help farmer to grow. We promote the sesame in Thailand too, and we also do the contact farming with farmer because we have knowledge in growing too. Many farmers don't know how to grow, and we have knowledge in growing part, so we help and working together with farmer.
And we set the price that can compete with the market in
So
the
help farmer
to get more. Yes.
more money.
Could you please share a little bit more about your team, please? About your team.
Oh, my team.
Yep.
We both have background in sesame field for more than 10 years because we came from the sesame factory manufacturing. We hauling sesame for 60 years. It's our family business. So we have knowledge about sesame, and we want to add up value for Thai sesame. That's why it's come up with this project.
And a professor.
Yeah, and we work together with a professor from King Mongkut University.
Right, so I have half minutes left. What are the top 3 things that you would like to do for this year?
The first
Maybe the
thing
next 12 months, I'm sorry. This year almost done.
Next one.
Yeah, the first one is we want to export as much as we can. Because we are the first one who can produce sesame milk, we want to get advantage from first mover. Right now, we already export to 4 countries. So in the next year, we plan to export to Singapore, Taiwan, and also China. And the second one is we want to launch the black sesame milk in the liter site. This one is in our plan and will be at the end of this year. And the last one is we want to help farmer to grow next year.
All right, thank you so much. A big round of applause, please.
Thank you so much.
ขอบคุณนะครับขอบคุณครับ The first in the world sesame milk. That is very interesting. But like our judge said, it's good to have great products and good ingredients and all the productions and everything. But how to make it known and how to make it be understood by the audience, the customers, the target customers, that is even more important to, make it grow even further. เป็นกำลังใจให้นะครับ Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next team will be with us via the video call right here on the screen. They are from Singapore. This team is a 3D food printing company which will be joining us right now. พร้อมแล้วใช่ไหมครับ ถ้าพร้อมแล้วนะครับ Let's hear it from Enrich 3D.
Hello everyone, I'm Anirudh and this is Enriched. We are working on food 3D printing for personalized nutrition. Nutrition is very personal and everyone has different nutritional requirements depending on their medical history and their preferences. But in a hospital or care facility, these differences are life and death extreme. But the facilities are limited to the standard meal options that they can provide. This leads to suboptimal nutrition, causing medical complications. But with current technology, it's logistically and economically infeasible to provide individual level personalization. It would be great if we could just integrate nutritional optimization in the care for the highest risk patients. Depending on the level of risk and type of patient, we could produce better health outcomes at lower overall cost, literally doing more with less. So how does food 3D printing fit in? You take an ingredient, make it into a base and extrude it out layer by layer to make 3D shapes. When you do that with multiple extruders, you control the amount of every ingredient. So you get personalized nutrition according to every individual's requirement. That's the nutritional optimization we mentioned earlier. And because it's 3D printed, the same optimized meal can be in any shape or format you prefer based on convenience or preference. We are making an industrial machine for mass production so that personalized nutrition is available and affordable for everyone. This is the main solution for the care facilities. You create personalized profiles for every patient. We make meal plan programs accordingly and produce the food base, stock up the printers, then a centralized manufacturing facility with many food 3D printers produce personalized meals for every individual. These meals are then post-processed by heating or cooling as the case may be, and then sent to the right customers. Compared to our competition, say traditional catering, we have individual level personalization. Compared to most other food 3D printers, we have more materials, larger scale, and personalized nutrition algorithms developed with the hospitals. Compared to the supplement printers, we produce full meals instead of small tablets, and we use healthy natural ingredients instead of extracts or chemicals. This makes Enriched especially well suited for our main application of personalized meal programs. Speaking of which, our main revenue stream would be the subscription for these meal programs, but we can also rent or sell the printers or have subscription for the food-based recipes or the geometries or consultation to develop new food-based recipes or new geometries. These are all the different market segments that we are looking into. All of these are multi-billion-dollar market segments, and the same underlying technology is applicable to all simultaneously. This makes it a robust investment, resilient amid market fluctuations because of the diversification. This is our 5-year commercialization plan, starting off with one-off printer sales and one manufacturing facility. We establish the main applications in Singapore first, and then expand those applications internationally. Then we go into more complicated applications and eventually make 3D printed food mainstream so that personalized nutrition is available and affordable for everyone. This is the team. We have already collaborated with the Allspice Institute for developing the food base and food safety approvals. Most of the research is done at NTU University with the help of all of these institutions. These are all the customers that have already given us letters of intent, especially these two hospitals that have given LOIs even amid the pandemic, showing how urgent and important this application is. Surveying the general public, we find that most people understand the importance of personalization when it comes to nutrition. And most people surveyed are willing to try out 3D printed food. The market is ready for this. We are raising 75,000 Singapore dollars by issuing convertible note. This is how we intend to use those funds. Thank you. Please check out our social media channels, our YouTube channel, our main website. Enriched is ushering in a new age of how we consume food. The future of food is 3D printed. Thank you.
Thank you. A big round of applause, please. Wow. I am now excited to see how they look like on the screen and Zoom. Can we have them on the screen now เชิญเลยนะครับถ้าพร้อมแล้วนะฮะตอนนี้ซูมมาโดยตรงจากสิงคโปร์นะครับ Enrich 3D นะครับ And if you ask if anyone would want to try the 3D printed food, I will be one of them. Have anyone tried before? No, right? I literally have no idea what it looks like. All right, hello. Can you hear us? All right, you have 10 minutes in this Q&A session with the judges. You ready? Okay, go ahead.
Hi, thanks a lot for your presentation. Just for, again, for me to understand clearly, there's some of the slides that you have shown us the final product, right? It's print come out in a square, in a round shape, not in a real food that we used to. Is that correct?
I'm going to show you some things. So this is what it would look like when we are printing with multiple materials. This is what it could be like you have biscuits with multiple materials here, some fancy shape. You can have sandwiches and burgers as well. So those will be the foods that are closest to the foods that we are already familiar with, but we can make all types of different geometries with this.
Right, because as we all know, the presentation.
ตอนที่ผมชิมเนี่ยผมดูในแง่จากเรื่องว่ามันโหลดทำปีไหนปอยดีก็ได้จับมาเลย
ตอนนี้เราได้ยินในห้องคอนโทรลหมดเลย ตอนนี้คุยต่อได้เลยไหมฮะ
Hello?
Hello?
Excuse me, can you still hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Okay, right. So the printed food will look like the top right, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So my question is that the presentation of the food is, one of the key thing why people would enjoy a meal, right? Right. But you believe that these, the presentation that would be printed out would still incentivize people to eat, especially those who are, in bed, sick in bed?
In fact, the main application of food 3D printing as it stands today with most of the competitors is in fine dining. Most food 3D printing is just used for the presentation aspect. So I think that that is not just something that will be acceptable, but would be the first market that we will go into.
Excuse me, I'm not sure I understand your answer. Sorry for that. You said that you go to fine dining. Is that right?
Yes, we start with restaurants and hospitality establishments where we can just have a few ingredients and some simple shapes, and from there we branch out to a more complicated personalized nutrition.
Right. So let me understand it. Why you start by fine dining, but your LOI are signed with hospitals? I'm not sure I understand.
Yes. So these are some of the LOIs for the different customers we approached so far. This is the caterer and this is the restaurant, and we are getting more traction from the restaurants and caterers first. But the main application that we would want to have, the beachhead market, would still be the hospitals and care facilities for the personalized nutrition. It's just that in the beginning it's easier to start with just making the few printers with a few different bases, and we can start selling from there.
Right. Okay. Can you go back to your revenue model page?
Yes, this one.
Oh, no. Yep. Right. So you will have the subscription. This definitely not for the fine dining. Which one that you will use with the fine dining, and which one with the hospital, and can I ask for the gross profit?
Yes, so the cost of the printer itself is going to be around $5,000. In the rental as well as the sale, we keep around 50% profit margin. The subscription for the meal programs is also similar with around 50% profit margin. So the rental and sales are for the caterers and restaurants and hotels, and these two segments are also for those that want to delve more deeply into developing new base, new recipes, new shapes, and this is the main revenue stream that we will have once we have personalized nutrition going for the hospitals.
All right.
Hi. Well, this is definitely like the like the new idea that we haven't really seen before, but that also comes with a lot of questions from us.
Yes.
A lot, like Nisha has already raised, like some points about if the patients or the consumers will have enough appetite, when they see the products, and I still, don't like I'm not totally convinced about like your value proposition. If is it really necessary to use the 3D printer to print like the the food that has the nutritions that we want, like like it's like we have to go out of our way to prepare the meal, and it's just so easy for like people to prepare like the clean meal. So can you convince me a little more why why do we even need a 3D printer?
Yes, that's because it is personalized to the individual patient. It's not just that you are able to prepare a soft meal for someone with dysphagia, or you are just able to make one standard visually appealing meal, or
Yeah,
that you just
sorry.
able to make something that is for someone with a particular medical condition. It's all of those things at the same time. You are able to make things soft or hard. You are able to make them in whatever shape or format you prefer, like bite-sized meal or something much larger. Many meals throughout the day, or fewer meals which are larger, something in a different format. And most importantly, all of these can be individually customized according to the individual. So for every patient, based on their medical history, their preferences, and their current condition, we can have a different meal. And that's the difference in personalization that can help with the reduction in overall risk, especially over shorter periods of time like we have in most.
Yeah, so because of this, I understand that the people who are willing to pay for, this 100% personalized nutrition would be in a very, very small sector, because it will incur like so much extra cost comparing to, the mass people who would be fine with just, if I need more proteins, then the hospital would cook me like the fish, for example. Like, do you think is it going to sell? And like, are you going to able to scale? That's my question.
For the hospital application, that's where we started going for working with the different hospitals that have given us letters of intent. And the main thing that we will be investigating while doing research with them is to figure out which section of the highest risk patients can be provided with these kind of meals, and how much overall cost can be saved. The whole point is that overall the cost should be less. So it is not about being able to afford these so-called fancy meals, but having these meals will actually reduce your overall cost and improve your well-being. That is the main selling point.
Okay, so in the long run, it will be cheaper, right?
Even in the short run,
Okay.
it's supposed to be overall cheap, but in every case, it's more like in insurance. So if you take an insurance, usually the total amount you end up paying is less than what you would if you wait for the disaster to happen, which is here code for medical complications. Other than this, the fact that we have a lot of different applications is what makes this more of a robust business. So even if clinical nutrition turns out to be a smaller market, we still have functional foods, fine dining, and other personalized nutrition, even kids nutrition. And we have some videos on the YouTube channel explaining every single application. I'm glad you could check that out.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. The time is up. Thank you for joining us today. Enrich 3D. I am sure a big round of applause. I'm sure we still have a lot more questions for this new technology and how it would fit into our lifestyle or anyone's lifestyle in the market that he was talking about, whether it be hospitals or fine dining and everything like that. So please go visit their website. It's enrich3d.com. Okay, now we are moving on to our third team today. They are from the food safety and quality sector. This team is an Internet of Things sensor platform for food transportation. They are from Thailand, but now they are in Hong Kong, so they are now online with us through the video call as well. This is the second and the last team that will be presenting through online, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Quali Fresh. Hello. Quali Fresh, can you hear us?
Hello and welcome to our pitch, QualiFresh. I am Channon, the co-founder and COO of QualiFresh. Our goal is to reduce food waste by increasing the efficiency in the cold chain logistics. It has been reported that in 2020, the total food waste in the world is $270 billion. This problem, if not solved, is projected to increase to $1.5 trillion by 2050. Of the $270 billion food wasted, cold chain logistics account for more than half of the waste. Therefore, this area needs to be severely investigated. Cold chain logistics involve the transportation of goods where temperature needs to be controlled. We will often see that the cold chain logistics is broken. The areas in which the cold chain is likely to be broken is in the warehouse or the docking area. These areas are often congested and are hectic. Goods are sometimes left unsupervised. These goods will be exposed to significant environmental changes. This will catalyze the spoilage of goods, resulting in loss of capital and reputation. Our solution to this problem is the QualiFresh IoT cloud-based platform, where the environmental conditions in the warehouse, docking area, and delivery trucks can be monitored and controlled. By using our own in-house QualiFresh IoT sensor box. Our IoT sensor box will collect real-time information, which will be processed in the ERP. Also, the data collected will be passed on to our own AI algorithm to help identify the problem and create a solution. Moreover, our integrated blockchain technology will make the data more secure and traceable. The standard QualiFresh IoT box will have temperature, humidity, location, and vibration tracking capabilities. However, other types of sensors or even existing sensors in the warehouse or docking areas can be integrated to our platform as well. We would like to point out that the global market size for IoT devices in the cold chain logistics will reach $3.9 billion in 2025, and the market size of Asia Pacific alone will reach $1 billion. Our competitor in this space are Rombi, Tax Sensors, and SCG Express. Our strength would be that we are familiar with the business practice in Southeast Asia, and especially Thailand. Also, our platform is easy to implement and customize. And by using blockchain technology in our platform, we will make the data more secure and traceable, which also later on we can introduce smart contracts feature to our platform as well. Also, our machine learning and big data analysis feature will help to identify the problem and also create a solution. Now, I would like to introduce our team. We are a team of technical engineering backgrounds and have a vast experience working with global companies such as Sita, Nokia, and IBM. We are currently working with TPBI Public Limited Company, which is a total solution provider for plastic packaging products, and recently also deployed our solution to a major player in the food and logistic industry in Thailand. Our business model would be a rental subscription model. The standard base unit price for the QualiFresh IoT sensor box will be 1,000 baht per unit and varies upon customization. This will help keep the customer initial investment low. And lastly, we are looking for an investment of 10 million Thai baht to commercialize our prototype. And the breakdown of the investment usage is shown in the pie chart. So help us reduce food waste by increasing the efficiency of the cold chain logistics. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. All right. This team is from food safety and quality sector, and they are now ready on Zoom for the live Q&A session with the judges. ถ้าพร้อมแล้วเชิญเลยนะครับ Hello there. Can you hear us? Yes. All right. Now it's our Q&A session live with the judges. If you're ready, the judge เชิญเลยนะครับ
Hi สวัสดีค่ะ Thanks for presentation ค่ะ Could you go back to your slide about competitor? As you rightly point out that you are not the only one doing this solution, right? Just want to understand your key competitive advantages. Very cute stickers. I think you will win because of your stickers.
That's the cutest one. Don't worry, we've seen it. This is what I'm scared of the most if I have to do the video call and Zoom. I cannot. All right, เชิญเลยครับ
Or you can walk us through it as well, your advantages. So in the meantime, let me share with you, right? Some of your competitors do not charge the setup cost, right? And then what they charge is they charge the cost saving sharing.
Okay. Did you see my slide in here?
Nope,
No. Okay. How about this one?
not yet.
Not yet. I think you can just go ahead and tell us more about it. The time
Right.
is ticking.
Okay. Can you repeat the question again?
Sure. The question is about the advantages that your IoT devices provide compared to your competitors. Maybe just tell us the
Currently, from what we see in the market.
ค่ะ
Okay. From what is in the competitor in the market, like one of them start using the blockchain, but they're starting to develop it as well. And then most of them, they also don't try to integrate with existing sensor, which is they already have it. Normally, like in manufacturing, they already have those sensors installed. So that what our advantage, we try to customize some system to integrate with the existing system, the existing sensor, and also we provide over the blockchain with the data transport, so that you can do the traceability on the data.
Right, and then to my second question, I'm not sure whether you are trying to help save the utility cost too.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, ค่ะ So my question is that some of your competitors, right, they do not charge setup costs at all, but what they say to the partner that they work with is that, like, let's say 50% of the cost saving on utility bills, they will get that. So a lot of customers go to that competitor because they feel that they have nothing to lose, no setup cost, and then if the IoT devices prove that they cannot help save the utility cost, they don't have to pay. Right? So my question to you is that why should I pay setup cost to you without knowing that you will help me save my utility bills for sure?
Okay, I'll answer you in that item. First of all, like we not really charge the installation fee. We charge to renting the box.
Which is
Using
same.
our box.
ค่ะ Same because they don't charge.
Okay. And after that, we try to make more efficient into the product in the transportation. So we believe it, like in our case, like help in the efficiency in the product in the process, so that they can make more money on those parts, or maybe they save their waste.
Okay.
Okay, ค่ะ Thank you for your presentation. I have two questions. From what I understand is that your business, you have to, like, your target customer is like manufacturer or like the factory. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So how many units do you have to sell to each customer? Because you say it's 1,000 baht per unit per point, right? So on average, how many units one customers need to use?
The one customer that we have been discussed with, they're looking for like 100 trucks. Okay, and then the second customer that we are planning to test with them, they not tell the number of the truck yet, but they want to prove the concept. Our system is working with their condition.
I see. Do you have like the average basket size, or like how many units can you sell per one customer?
Okay. The standard box will be at least 100 box, but there was some extra sensor that customer may require more, such as like the second customer, they pop in one truck, there will be one standard box and then 2 or 3 extra sensor with them.
All right, and my other question is that you've mentioned that you collect the data from your sensors, right? What are the usages of the data that you collect?
The data will tell the temperature, humidity, and those data will, first of all, will tell you that immediately if something happens with the notification, such as if the temperature is rising high away, and the supervisor will be able to help the driver or the worker to solve the problem immediately. And the second part of the data will pass into the machine learning and AI to analyze what is going on and then try to create the prevention in the next future or give the suggestion on that one.
Okay, so this is the big data that you mentioned, right? So you will use this data and like prevent the causes. No worries, no worries. I'm just saying, like, because you say you are collecting data for the purpose of creating the big data, like I was wondering, what are you going to use from the big data that you've been trying to collect?
Okay. One of the data that we will be able to use, if you collect all those information, we will be able to estimate the shelf life. Let's say the case of if you bring the strawberry from one side to another side, and the first shipment will be perfect, right? But the second shipment, it may expose some information, expose some temperature higher, so the shelf life can be shorter. So in the normal process that in the supermarket using it the first in first out, like whatever comes in first, they try to sell first. So with our information and big data analysis will tell them that the second shipment can be shorter, so you try to sell the second shipment before the first shipment.
All right, thank you.
Thank you คุณอมรมีอะไรเสริม
Comparing between like freshness of the product versus like the cost saving on transportation, which one would you like priority more?
With the cold fresh, with the transportation, what I say that the qualification not just only like tracking the freshness, we be able to track the location and we be able to do the feed as well. But as nowadays, most of customers already have the feed, so that we will feed information into our system to help them save more on both sides.
All right, the time is up. Thank you so much. A big round of applause, please. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for the inconvenience with the network and everything, but now we are back to live on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth team is a company operating in the plant-based meat sector. Please welcome More Meat. ขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับ More Meat ครับ
Hello, I'm Minnie, the CEO and co-founder of More Foods Innotech, a company that creates healthy alternative food and the producer of More Meat. Can you believe that for 15 years in a row, the #1 cause of death around the world has been from cardiovascular disease or heart disease? And the major contributing factor is from what people are eating. It's a poor diet, high in levels of fat, cholesterol, and sodium. That is why doctors usually recommend you to cut down red meat and stop having fast food. But the problem is, changing the way you eat is difficult, and the main barrier to improving diet is that people do not enjoy the taste of healthy food or vegetables. Now, people could switch to plant-based meats, which seems like a good source of protein and looks and tastes like meat. But what consumers usually discover when they switch to plant-based meats is that plant-based meats are really high in sodium and contains a lot of chemicals, artificial flavorings, and preservatives, which makes them question if plant-based meats are healthier and safer than traditional meat. With no better alternatives in the market, we have created more meat, an alternative protein that satisfies like meat, is nutritious, and it is safe for everyday consumption. More meat cooks like minced pork and can be used in various types of cuisine. It can be boiled, baked, or stir-fried. When designing more meat, we put a lot of focus on nutrition, making sure more meat contains all the good nutrition that traditional meat has, such as B vitamins, complete proteins with essential aminos. And when comparing more meat with minced pork, more meat has twice the amount of protein with 3 times less amount of fats and no cholesterol. And the best part is, you get a larger serving for the same amount of energy, meaning that you can eat more meat and feel less guilty. Comparing more meat with other plant-based meats in the market, more meat is the lowest in sodium and is the only one with potassium and phosphorus level approved by doctors and nutritionists safe for those with kidney problems to consume. We focus on using natural ingredients with no artificial flavorings, preservatives, or chemicals. Our hero is the Ns'Studio mushroom that not only contains macroproteins and essential aminos, but its unique structure mimics the muscle fibers of meat, giving more meat its unique meat-like texture. And we sourced the mushroom from a local community in Songkhla, believing that supporting smaller producer groups can drive positive changes to the communities that produce them. We're also involved in a food rescue mission, supplying more meat meals to communities with less income and high levels of hunger. Our target are health-conscious and health-concerned consumers, with the market size in Asia Pacific worth around $470 million. In January, we have launched our own pilot plant and began the commercialization of more meat. We have a sales revenue growth of 15% each month, and our latest achievement was welcoming a new partner who is one of Thailand's biggest plant-based food company, V Foods Thailand. And with this partnership, we're able to scale our production as well as expanding our distribution channel, putting us on track to reach $600,000 in revenue next year. More meat comes in the form of raw material, similar to minced pork, and our business model is B2B. Here are a few of the restaurants we supply more meat to. And the increase in flexitarian consumers of almost 30% here in Thailand. More meat is a great product for food service providers who are looking to expand their market. We are here not to ask for funding, but we're here seeking for new business opportunities and collaborations with restaurants, hotels, and wellness centers, as well as hospitals. More meat promotes health benefits, which from research is the key selling point for customers here in Southeast Asia. We have gained a lot of media and press interest from the media and press, and by leveraging our digital media influences and existing customer base, we are a great candidate to work with. We have also gained interest from celebrity chefs like Satian and food bloggers, and our customers love our product. All in all, we believe that the solution to being healthier isn't to have less meat, but to have more meat that is better for your health, the society, and the environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. More meat, less beauty. I love that. เชิญท่านกรรมการเลยครับ
Thank you for the presentation. Just my curiosity, like, what are the raw material apart from the mushroom that you used for making the more meat?
So the 2 main ingredients are the Ns'Studio mushroom, soy. This is the base of our product. We also use binding substance like carrageenan, beetroot for the color, and we use yeast for the savory kind of flavor for the. But more meat doesn't contain any artificial flavorings or like natural flavorings in that sense.
And when comparing to the traditional minced pork, like how would you pricing your product?
So retail pack of more meat, which looks like this, comes in the size of 200 grams per pack, and it's priced at 89 baht in retail. So the price is in the same range as premium pork or premium meat in the supermarket.
Hi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, what I know is that like products like Impossible Foods or they have to sell in the higher price because they have higher R&D costs. They hire a lot of like PhDs, people to put a lot of time and resources into like perfecting the texture and the taste. So can you share with me like what is it like from like for your R&D process? Do you have to put a lot of money into it? Like what's your unfair advantage that you can maybe sell in a lower price than those brands?
So to begin with, the cost of R&D, we use professors that is actually our friends, like a family friend, so that helps save costs, and they're very motivated, and they really show the potential of Thai researchers who just needs a little like spark, and then they will be able to come up with many ideas. And I think the unfair advantage that makes more meat lower in cost compared to Impossible or Beyond is that we use a lot of local
talent and local ingredients.
local ingredients like the split gill mushroom, which doesn't require the like importation cost. That is one of the advantage we have. And that's it.
Okay, ค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
Right. So let me ask from like financial VC investor, right? When you show us the market potential is less than 500 million US, that is very small. So what you have to do in order to like make at least 10x of that? Where you have to go? Who you have to sell?
So to go more than the expectation. So right now, as the show in the slide, the market size is lower than 500 because of the lean meat industry. So what we are chasing for the healthier option to the red meat industry or another alternative meat product.
In Southeast Asia?
In Southeast Asia and globally, like in the next step.
So you think Southeast Asia would be big enough for this?
Yes. By right now, if we are facing we are chasing the mindset of the people who want to turn and consume the healthier option. So that we are aiming to like go step by step in the future.
Right. Okay. Let's say I'm wrong. I think Southeast Asia alone will be still quite small in the next few years, right? But let's say I'm wrong. Yeah. And what's your plan to increase the production while keeping the cost low? Would that mushroom can like grow like as many as you want? How long would it takes, and what's your like production plans would look like? How much of the capex would go to that?
No, that's a good point. That's a good question too. So as we do the more meat, what we aim for, would not scaling our manufacturing to be super large size. What we are aiming for, to invest in different locally to make the plan is compact enough to get more people in that society to earn more money by working in the plant-based or in the plant-based meat production. So when we scale up as the
small plant as we do like right now in the society. So in the next few years, so you might see the like mini factory who in every society produce their own plant-based. So in the long term, split gill mushroom will not only one source of protein that's going to be best for this type. You might see some more vegetable or some more locally plant that will make the plant-based meat available in each society, in each community.
Right. So it means that you are going to sell the technology to do that.
We're going to share duplicate our idea and put it in their social, in their community. Yep.
Right, okay. As I still have a bit more time, allow me to ask some more questions, right? More meat is not the only Thailand-based and plant-based meat, right? Compared to your competitor, one of the key competitor sit right here. What are the key differentiation?
Okay, sorry.
I think from my standpoint as a marketing, so as here as on the slide, the sustainability or about the global warming might not be the biggest concern for the Southeast Asian countries, since we still have hungers. Plus, currently, like most of our customer also vegetarian and vegan and J eaters. So those quality of our consumer, they love to support and help. So the way what we do is we connect with organizations such as SOS that go back with the slide that help providing the free meals for the people with the low incomes. So more meat help them create a better nutritious meal for the low income people in the communities also. So when our customer buy one pack of more meat, they feel like not just nutritious protein for themselves, they can also help local farmers and also help the rescue kitchen also. So that's the quality that they get for pay 89 baht per pack of more meat.
And just adding on to what Turbo just said, from research and also from our past experience in the plant-based meat industry, currently the buying incentive for people in Asia and especially Southeast Asia is more towards health-related, like promoting health, because it's something that it's a topic that they understand and they can relate with, rather than sustainability, which is one of the main key selling point for other plant-based meats brand, whether in Thailand or around the world, and that's what differentiates More Meat than the other brands. Yeah.
Right. So I think as you are still at the early stage, right? But I think big congratulations that you have come this far. But two things from me,นะคะ. Firstly, to Kun Parada point, the production cost, right? How do you make sure that you can keep it low, yeah? And the second one is on the marketing side, because at the end of the day, Beyond Meat or Impossible Burger or all this stuff, right? Or even in Thailand, we already have 3-4 brands, right? So it's really the marketing angle that you have to think about how to differentiate. I know that the SOS Rescue Kitchen is good, but I'm not sure that that's enough. Yeah. This is not a question, just my comments that you might need to work on.
Okay. Thank you. Can I just add on to that?
Sure.
I think the key selling point for our product is that we promote on health rather than environmental or sustainability side.
Which is the same as, I mean, anyone can do that, right?
Yes and no at the same time, because right now most of the plant-based meat companies are focused more on, appealing to the mass. So they do a lot of seasoning. They do a lot on the tasty side to gain a lot of customers to try their product. But what we learned is that real customers who are willing to repeat customers are more focused on the health concerns. So we design a product so that it promotes more in health. But if you compare it to other plant-based meat, other plant-based meats are really high in sodium, and they still contain a lot of chemicals that, in the end of the day, you don't really notice them promoting on health because they talk more on the environmental side and the animal welfare side because the products are not healthy.
Sure, but if I really focus on my health, I can just eat plant.
Definitely,
Right.
yeah.
All right, thank you very much. A big round of applause for More Meat. Thank you for your presentations and the elaboration of the details. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the first half of the pitching today. 4 teams has pitched, and we are having artificial advanced green farm at Let's Plan Meat at the very end of the day, right after a 10 minutes break. So I will see you back right here in the next 10 minutes. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the booth displays outside, also the snack and coffee break we have provided for all of you in front of this auditorium. I'll see you in the next 10 minutes, which is about at 3:55 p.m. 3:55 p.m. Let's get back to this auditorium. Thank you so much.